Hi guys, welcome in if you are a first time viewer. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscribes, and to those of you who have booked a personal reading with me, please keep in mind that these are general messages, so do not take them personally. Take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can find that information in the description box below. Let's get into a message. What message do you have for the collective at this time? Help me to articulate a clear and concise message in order for it to be received in the way that you want it to best be received. Help me to see what it is that I need to see to get the message across as clear as possible. And help me to deliver any messages that you deem worthy in order to serve your highest good, for the highest good of humanity with harm to none. What messages do you have for the collective at this time? Something that you have manifested is coming forward. But this seems like you have really learned how to harness. This seems more like you learning how to harness the power of manifestation in a more effective manner, right? This is more so coming from a place of passion and desire, right? This feels like pure passion. This feels like determination. This feels like something that you truly love, right? This is not something that you are necessarily, although this is something that you will receive blessings from, this is not something that you necessarily expect to, are expecting to receive something from. This is more so this is something that you love to pour into, right? Something that you really have learned how to balance the frequency of this creation, if that makes sense, right? This is more so, how can I put this into words? It's almost as if, say you're a dancer, so to speak, right? Many opportunities come from you putting yourself out there, from you showing yourself as a dancer, right? But it's not necessarily something that most people really seek to receive from, right? That's just something that they love to pour into, right? That's just an example. This is going to resonate for each of you differently. But again, like, it's something that, whatever this is for you, is something that you just love to give to. It is because in essence, you giving to this automatically gives you a return just because it's something that you love to do, right? Does that make sense? Because you love to, because you find like joy and peace and whatever the effort you put into this automatically gives you a natural return. Although there are additional opportunities and resources that you ultimately will receive from this, right? This is feeling more like temperance energy. where it brings you a sense of peace. It brings you a sense of stability. It kind of clears your headspace, right? It gives you a sense of freedom, right? It provides you a sense of passion where you can be hard and soft at the same time, right? Does that make sense? It kind of increases the feeling of power that you hold when you indulge into this expression or whatever this is for you. It's almost as if like when you step into this essence, right? Something kind of comes over you, like a power kind of comes over you that I don't want to say it can't be tamed, but it's almost otherworldly. It's truly a gift. It's a gift that you have that fuels you, but also helps you to release all at the same time. Clarify, alchemic. That's kind of that alchemic energy, right? It's something that fills you up, but helps you to release, right? Say exercising, for an example, right? Something that builds you up, but also helps you to release the aggression, the pent-up energy, the frustration, or whatever it is that you may have just been carrying for the day, right? All the while building you up at the same time. Clarify, alchemic. Again, this is something that you have, a power that you've kind of learned to harness, right? Something that you have built over time. Something that you have kind of realized that is going to bring you clarity. Something that you've realized will bring you a sense of peace. It'll bring you a sense of serenity, right? But this is also something that has the ability to kind of, it's almost as if like the abundance that you receive from this, the wealth or the power or the knowledge, the wisdom, whatever the enlightenment, whatever it is that you receive from this essence is something that is not only beneficial to you, but it's also beneficial to everybody around you, right? It's beneficial to the community that you indulge yourself in, right? It benefits your friendships, your acquaintanceships, right? It benefits your family. It benefits your bloodline, right? Because this is also something that teaches and shows them how to harness their own power in a sense, right? Maybe not through the same channel, maybe not through the same essence, but it is a source of inspiration, right? A source of motivation for them to kind of channel their own power, right? For them to find something that builds them up but helps them to release at the same time as well, right? You lead by example. This is you like displaying how manifestation works to those around you, right? Not just in a sense of like asking for things and receiving them, but in a sense of transforming energy, right? The true essence of alchemy, right? The true essence of temperance. This really feels, I'm really feeling like the temperance energy is strong here, because even though there's a lot of fire here, it seems like there's an overwhelming sense of peace, right? So like the fire is just there to help shape, right? It's not necessarily there to consume you. It's just there to kind of help shape and mold what it is that you're trying to create in a sense. Clarify, loving. The Queen of Pentacles. Again, that's that motherly energy. Look, the Lovers and the Hermit. Ooh, look with the Emperor underneath and the Fool. The Lovers, clarifying loving. Again, like whatever this is that you pour into loves you back, right? I hope that makes sense. Like, because you do whatever this is, like because you do this such justice, it's almost as if like it creates an abundant flow for you, right? Because you are a motivator, you receive more people in your community to motivate, right? Naturally, just by the laws of karma. Because you are such a person who brings this source of enlightenment, many lost souls find themselves drawn to you because you serve as a guiding light to help them back to themselves, right? You serve as a leader, you serve as a teacher, you serve as somebody who really knows how to balance the laws of karma in a way of, how can I put this into words? Again, it's just that, like whatever this is that you do, it naturally brings you people to help fulfill your natural desire. 444 on the clock, right? It naturally brings you a sense of stability. It naturally brings you a sense of security, and it naturally brings you a sense of comfortability where you don't necessarily have to worry about finding opportunities, because they naturally bring themselves to you based on the frequency and the energy that you put into this, based on the love that you give, based on the knowledge, the resources, right? The community that you build, right? It's almost like the class kind of forms itself in order for you to, it's like you stand in front of the classroom and the community kind of forms itself around you to kind of hear the teachings of your lessons, right? Because you love doing so, because you love enlightenment, because you love clarity, because it brings you so much serenity and so much peace, right? Remember I said that it feels almost like otherworldly, right? You have the balance of the sun and the moon, and you have also the balance of the sun and the moon here, right? The duality. Something that like fills you up, but also helps others to kind of find that sense of self-reflection within their own selves, right? Again, you help bring union back into individuals, right? The union that they seek outwardly, you help them to find that within through whatever this is. Clarify, threaten. The Two of Wands. There could have been a moment in time where you kind of felt torn between two worlds within this. Maybe you had to gain understanding about the balance. Look, the Goddess of Pentacles, which is like the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, this almost seems like a sense of like distraction, right? Maybe you got distracted for a little bit. Maybe there was something that kind of took priority or precedence over what this is for you. So maybe you had to step away for a little bit, but you eventually found your way back to it. Because again, it's something that you have, look, the Six of Wands is something that you have poured a lot of effort into, right? It's something that you have found a lot of success within, right? Within feeding yourself, within nourishing yourself, within nurturing this, right? Watching this grow from nothing at all to everything all at once, right? Again, this is something that you have found joy in, something that fills you up, but also helps you to release all of those heavy things that you may be carrying throughout the day, right? Or maybe just like pent up aggression, or maybe just a little bit of frustration, or maybe you just have like a little bit of overwhelming energy, and through this practice, through this essence, through whatever this is, it brings you joy, but it also, again, helps you to release. There's a duality within this that brings you clarity. It brings you success. It fills you up with joy. It helps you to feel free to give love into this, to pour love into this, right? It's something that, again, will help you to accumulate many opportunities. It will help you to accumulate many resources, right? Not just for you, but for your community, for your family, for your friendships, for your acquaintanceships, from the family that comes from you, as well as the family that you have came from. There's a very divine sense of balance here. Again, with the alchemic, it definitely feels like temperance, where there's like an ebb and flow that comes through you, right? And again, it's very powerful, right? Because transformation is a powerful energy. To take something from one state of being to transform it into another state of being, that is a very sacred process, right? It's a very difficult process as well, right? To shape something from one state of being to another. But this is also what you do throughout this effort, right? Throughout this practice. You almost help to bring balance between two worlds. You help to bridge the gap between two worlds, right? Again, between those who are lost and those who are found, right? You help to bridge the gap between those who are unmotivated to those who are motivated, right? To those who feel unloved, to helping them to not only find love within themselves, but to give love and to receive love, right? There's a lot of duality, a lot of success here in the nurturing and the creation of whatever this practice is for you. So let's pull 4 cards. I don't want to make this too long. Let's see. 1 card for what we can learn as the major lessons surrounding this message. 1 card for the opportunities we can create surrounding this message. 1 card for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message. And 1 card for the new cycles and habits we can innovate to contribute to our growth and expansion surrounding this message. There's a lot of love here, a lot of power here, right? A lot of desire, a lot of passion, right? That fiery energy definitely feels very strong, but it doesn't feel overwhelming, right? It doesn't feel like something that you don't have the ability to tame. It feels very, it actually feels like you have more control over it than you think you do, right? More so like you use it as a guiding source, right? You don't necessarily need to carry it on a leash because it's so close to you that through guidance, you help to shape the freedom of this, right? I hope that makes sense how it's coming through. 1 card for what we can learn as the major lessons surrounding this message. Patience and change, right? A lot of change will come from this practice, through this practice, within you, within what you create, within other people that you help, right? There are a lot of opportunities that are coming from this. There are a lot of benefits that you will receive from this and through this, whatever this is for you, right? This may have seemed like a long journey for you, where you did a lot of the front loading, right? You did a lot of the nurturing, you did a lot of the nourishing, you poured into it more so in the forefront, and now you're getting ready to receive the lump sum of efforts all at once from what you have accumulated over time, right? And a lot of change is going to come from that. 1 card for the opportunities we can create surrounding this message. But it had to happen in divine timing, right? You had to learn how to not necessarily want to control it, right? You had to kind of learn how to more so guide the fire as opposed to taming it or learning how to control it, right? Because truthfully, we have all of the control and none of the control in life all at the same time. One card for the opportunities we can create surrounding this message. Envy, service, right? So again, creating the chance to kind of release that fire, right? Kind of show and guide other people who feel that lack of motivation, who feel that lack of desire, who feel that lack of inspiration within themselves, right? Who no longer feel like they have the energy or the frequency or the will, right? You are the one who, through this practice, kind of serves as a guide, kind of serves as a teacher, a leader, right? A motivator, and then someone who influences those to kind of find the light within themselves, right? To release that sense of control, to release that heavy sense of expectation within themselves and within those around them, right? And to help them to find freedom within the things that they truly desire, right? Helping them to find freedom and clarity within the things that they wish to create in this lifetime, right? One card for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message: failure and peace, right? Finding peace and clarity in the mistakes that you make. Knowing that it's okay to not always have the right answers, right? Knowing that it's okay to not always know which turn to take next, right? Sometimes you come to a point in your journey where you're meant to explore, right? And in the spirit of exploration, there is no right or wrong answer. There's only learning. There's only lessons. There's only experiences, right? Those are the only things that you can gain from the spirit of mistakes, right? Or from the spirit of exploration. You have to learn to embrace that energy or that frequency of spontaneity, learning how to accept that frequency of just learning, just experiencing, right? You're not always meant to, right? I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So you're not always meant to have the right answer. Sometimes there's just something meant for you to discover in that space of a mistake or a loss or a lesson learned, right? You can only gain from those instances. So learning how to find peace, learning how to find security in the space of discovery, learning how to, again, transform that energy to fuel you up as you release it, right? And one card for the new cycles and habits we can innovate to contribute to our growth and expansion surrounding this message: imagination and acceptance. Again, accepting the frequency of discovery, accepting the frequency of creation, right? Because it's in those spaces of discovery that you receive that spark of inspiration, right? It's in those frequencies of exploration that you receive that new idea for to create something new, right? And so in order to have a new experience, you have to go through something that you've never done before, right? You have to kind of expand your mind. You have to expand your perception. You have to expand the frequency in what you receive, right? And sometimes that's not always something that is already within your reach or already tangible, right? You kind of have to go outside of your realm of boundaries in order to discover something new, right? But that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope that it resonated. I know for a fact that if you made it to the end of this video, you have found something in it that is worthy and valuable to you. Please don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.